Hi, my name's Dave. I'm your host. You're listening to The Last Podcast, where the first shall be last and the last shall be first. If this is your first time listening, welcome, and I'm happy you found us. And if you're returning, welcome back. I really appreciate you listening, and I hope you continue to find tips, ideas, and value from listening to this podcast. You know, it's all over the news. Everybody's heard it. Former President Trump and running candidate assassination attempt. Thank goodness he's okay. You know, just because you don't like someone or agree with their politics, ideology, or differences you may have with that person, it really doesn't give you the right to harm them in any form, fashion, or manner, especially taking someone's life. That's absolutely ludicrous, right? Well, again, I just want to say I'm happy he is okay. Hey, I'm interested on your take, so just hit me up at dave@thelastpodcast.info. I bet you there is a lot of people who are going to move from Dems to vote for Donald Trump, and you know, there is a lot of frenzy going on in the cabinet. I bet you any amount of money. But a lot of people, you know, when it comes to life and death, there are a lot of people that, you know, even me, you know, you get shaken up, and then, you know, you start, your perspective on things change for you. So I'm just telling you, I'm wondering what's going to happen next. And everybody, just brace yourselves. That's all I can say. And enjoy life while you're doing it. There's been so many things holding Donald down, but now it looks like things are finally coming around. The Dems have a long way to go, but there's not much confidence in President Joe. Donald Trump won't let nothing hold him back. He's putting himself together. He's tightening up his act, yeah. All right, I was just having a little fun, but by all means, I am grateful that Trump is still around, and nobody should have to go through what he went through. And for our president, Joe Biden, I am in no way of making fun of him. It's just, it's true. It's people don't have confidence in his ability to run the country for the next 4 years. And that's what other people are saying. I'm not going to pass my judgment or opinion on this show. I rather keep it biased. But in all actuality, what's going to happen is what's going to be when the bell rings. But I do believe this. You know what? I will bite my words for one moment. I think that what happened to Donald Trump on Saturday, when he was at that rally, I think that actually clinched his presidency. I think people are going to say, well, they're already saying it. You know, there's no stopping him now. Look at the theme of my show is no stopping us now. But hey, I'm gonna tell you right now. Like I heard on the news that, you know, for the first time in history, you know, we have an ex-president who was brought up on felony charges that is actually still running for president. And now, after that last rally he had, he's definitely, in my opinion, is going to seize the votes. But we'll see in November where the numbers are. Because unless somebody comes up in the Democrats' camp and creates something magical, I don't see President Biden going for another 4 years. I don't think that's going to happen. But we'll see where that goes. But on a much lighter note, how are you guys doing today? I am so happy to be here, and I was feeling a little under the weather for a while, but you know, today, after my short stint with asthma for laughing so long, I am now ready to go to work again tomorrow, and we'll be back at it and hitting the streets and talking to people, and hopefully, you know, we can move forward and grow this show. So do me a favor, like this podcast, tell your family and friends and coworkers and associates about this podcast. And I don't believe that we are living in a world the way we're living it and believing. I tell you right now, it's only going to get worse, and that's my opinion. It really is only going to get worse. Just because someone doesn't like you or agree with your politics ideology, and this is what I said in the very beginning of the show, it doesn't give you the right to harm, hurt, or even try to take someone's life just because you don't agree with them or where they come from or the color of their skin. I wholeheartedly believe that. And for me, I don't like violence. I hate violence. If anything, I'm going to walk the other way. I may turn the cheek one time. After that, I'm sorry. I have to, take care of business. But, and I think if somebody's harming another person, by all means, you have the right to protect yourself and defend yourself by any means necessary, in my opinion. And I'll just leave it at that. But for the show, I'm trying to inspire and uplift the lives of my listeners and even in my readers, where I place this podcast on blogs or anything of that nature. My goal is to basically inspire and uplift those to try to be better versions of themselves. So that's what I want to do with this podcast. I want to be able to inspire those. I want to be able to uplift those. I want to be able to invoke thought of the minds of the people who listen. And if there's any piece of nugget that I can part with, I would hope that you would pay it forward. I would hope that you also will be able to uplift and inspire those around you. And I know there are so many people out there that's doing it on a much larger scale than I am, and that's great. I applaud you. However, we have to do the best we can with what we can and how we can. And that's basically what I'm doing with this podcast. I'm just trying to make a difference in the lives of those who would listen to this podcast. And then with the poetry, I'm hoping to entertain those and say, hey, look, for the minds and the young people who are listening, even in the older people who are listening, to say, you know what, I got a story to tell. Let me tell it. Maybe I can start my own podcast. Maybe I can tell my story there. Maybe I can go ahead and develop my own platform, because that's all it takes. It just takes a person saying, let me put my thoughts in actions. And I'm hoping those thoughts are good thoughts, inspiring thoughts to help others grow and prosper and be better versions of themselves. So that's what I have for you today. And again, I thank you so much for listening. I really appreciate you. And I hope you continue to share this podcast with others and with your family and friends. And do me a favor, if you want to hit me up, you can do so at dave@thelastpodcast.info. And again, that's dave@thelastpodcast.info. And if you want to get in touch with me, you can text me at 972-284-9518. That number is 972-284-9518. And just to answer a person who contacted me, James, is all good. I just sent you an email. Please respond to it. And Kathy, I appreciate you. I appreciate your kind words, and I'm happy that you're definitely getting something from the podcast shows. So, and there's one more person, Ellis. Okay, Ellis, you're in Canada. Wow. Okay, well, thank you so much for listening. I really appreciate you. You guys are awesome. Thanks again. Have a great day. Bye-bye.